Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm looking a little less glam today because I want to share with you guys my everyday makeup look. Now this is one version of it because I switch around colors, I switch around things that I do, lip colors, everything like that. But the overall idea of what I do every day makeup wise when I'm not on camera, it varies very differently from when I'm on camera. Now don't confuse my everyday look with a more natural look because this is still a lot of makeup. It's just less makeup for me and what I usually use on camera. So this is stuff that I use when I'm just going to the grocery store or I'm even just sitting home but don't want to look like Medusa. This is what I use. And today we are also going to be using the FAQS 7-piece brush set, which they are sponsoring this video. So thank you so much to them. This brush set is amazing. Amazing. I think that is so good. I love this little bag that it comes in. It's such a cute little holder. It's got a magnetic latch and then you open it up and you get your brushes. Now this has the flap on it, which you guys, I've told you before, I love when brush holders come like that because then you're not making a mess if your brushes are dirty and they don't get any extra like contaminants from outside onto your brushes as well. So I love that. I absolutely love it. You lift it up and you have your brushes. Now these brushes have like green synthetic brush hairs on them and I think that is so cool. I've never had brushes that are this color before, so I'm down with that. I like that a lot. And then you look at the barrel or ferrule, I'm not sure what they're called, but this is more of like a bamboo handle here. Now what turned me on to this brush set is the bristles. It's like a cutting edge technology that releases ions when you use it. So whatever you're using doesn't oxidize and there's no bacterial growth on these brushes. It doesn't release any kind of smell from the products that you use. I mean, this is a very, very clean brush and you don't get that with a lot of synthetic brush sets. So I was really impressed with that and the quality of these brushes. They are so soft and you will see that throughout the video, just how impressed I am with these brushes. It does come with a powder brush, a blush brush, a foundation brush, a concealer brush, a sweeping eye brush, a lip brush, that's not a lip brush, the end one is a lip brush, and then an eyebrow brush. And with these two last brushes, I do use them for different things, and I use the blush brush for a bunch of different things, and you can always do that. So even though there's only 7 pieces in here, you really do get a lot of different uses from just those 7 brushes. And of course these brushes do not shed either, which is really nice with the synthetic brushes. I love that because I always end up getting hair in my eye if I use real animal hair brushes. They shed really bad. So I would highly recommend checking out the video, seeing how impressed I am with these brushes, how they work. I demo each one. I really do like these. I do have a 30% off code for you guys, so I will leave all of that information in the link down below. And let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, so let's get this started. I'm going to start off with the primer, and I really like a glowy primer every single day. I don't know why. I used to be all about the matteness, and I usually am around the summertime, but this winter it's been glow. So I'm going to go in with the Amazing Cosmetics Glow. This is their highlighter slash primer. I don't use cream or liquid highlighters, so I use this for primer. And it is wonderful. Nikki Tutorials loves this so much as well. I don't use nearly as much as Nikki does because she's like a glow queen, but I do like a little glowiness in there. I mean, it glows. So for foundation, I'm going to go in with 2 of my favorite drugstore foundations. The first one being the L'Oreal True Match, which I have an N2. It's Classic Ivory. It's a little bit too light. And then the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse, which is Classic Ivory as well. But it's crazy that one is a little bit too dark and one's a little bit too light. So I mix them and it's just the perfect combination. Now to mix the foundations, I'm going to go in with the FAQS foundation brush. I'm going to use this to mix them and to apply because I want a little bit more of a full coverage look with my foundation. If you set it down with a foundation brush first, that really does help. I have a pretty nasty breakout, some other little ones on my face. I'm calling this one Marsha because she just thinks it's all about Marsha. Marsha. So I'm just going to go in and start putting this down. Wow, this brush is so soft. Wow. This actually reminds me of the Makeup Forever foundation brush that I have that is a ton of money. That's what this reminds me of with the softness of it. So I am here for this. Then I'm just going to take the Real Techniques, and this is their version of their Beauty Blender, and just blend this in. For concealer, I'm going to go in with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I love this concealer so much, and I'm going to use the FAQS concealer brush. This Usually concealer brushes are really stiff, and that's really what I do not like about them. This is really soft and movable. There is some stiffness to it because you do need a little stiffness, but the ends of the bristles are movable, so you can really sweep the concealer. I appreciate that a lot. And then I'm just going to go in with this and paint it like a paintbrush. Now concealer is something that I always go heavy with. A lot of you might be like, well, what are you doing, girlfriend? But I have horrible under eyes, and I think that we all have one of those kind of makeup items that we have to have and use a ton of because of certain skin issues or just insecurities that we have, and this is just one of mine. Wow, this brush makes this concealer go a long way. And then I'm just going to buff it all in with the blender. If you haven't tried that MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, I know that MAC isn't really hyped up as much as it used to be, but that concealer is so good. I think out of all the MAC stuff I have tried and used, I've passed on everything besides their lippies and this concealer. I'm going to go in with the Coty Airspun powder for my face today and use the FAQS powder brush, which this has got me excited because it's so fluffy and soft. These brushes are so soft. So incredibly soft. I'm really impressed with that. So I'm going to go in here. Ooh, and just start putting it down very lightly. I don't want it to give me too much of a cakey look. If you use too much of this powder, it goes a long way. Let's just say that. I am quite certain that this powder brush may be my favorite brush out of the collection. And this just feels so good to sweep across my face. Now for my everyday, I have been using the IT Cosmetic Brow Powder. I got this as like a deluxe size sample in the kit that I bought for Christmas from Ulta. And I really like this. It's not a micro pencil, so it doesn't give me a really defined, like, thick eyebrow. But it does fill it in and keeps my natural shape. So when I'm in a hurry or I just want a more natural looking eyebrow, I use this. And even the deluxe size sample comes with a little spoolie, which is cool. So I just brush out my eyebrows because sometimes they can get a little crazy. Let's just get real there. I mean, this one, I don't even know what this eyebrow is doing anymore. And then I just go in and I start filling my eyebrow in, not worrying so much about getting straight lines, just filling in what's already there. So I do have some shape naturally to my eyebrows from how I pluck them, but I just filled it in. I didn't draw any lines or anything, and it doesn't look too bad, so I go with it. Then I'm going to use the Pixi Brow Tamer Gel and just lock them down because, man, I think I need to get these professionally done because they are just getting a life of their own. I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Primer Potion and just set that down on my eyes because no matter what, I have oily eyelids, and this helps me with my eyeshadow. Now I'm going to use the same Coty Airspun to set that primer because I always need to set my primer or it doesn't work. So I'm going to go in with the Eye Sweep Brush from the FAQS, and I'm just going to use that to sweep this into the primer and set everything. Ooh, this feels good. I'm so impressed with these brushes. They're just so soft. I just want to continuously touch my face. Now I'm going to use the same FAQS brush, and I'm going to go into this Becca, and this is their Ombre Nudes eyeshadow palette. So this is just, it's everything for me for everyday looks. It's just like an ombre of brown. It's everything. But I'm going to first go into the second lightest brown shade here, and I'm just going to sweep it into my crease. I don't want anything too crazy. So I just kind of gently sweep a light brown color into my crease. It works with basically anything you're doing. And then I'm going to go into the third brown shade there, and I'm going to do the same exact thing just to deepen it up just a little bit, but I stay a little bit lower than I did with that second brown shade. And this can just be so quick. It's not something that requires a ton of blending. This brush is actually making it very easy too because it's so soft but yet has some density to it that it is really blending as I go here. Now I'm going to go into the Becca Eye Lights palette, and this is the Après-Ski, if I'm saying that right. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here, These are all based on their highlighters and into eyeshadows. I think that's so cool. Like, it's gonna blind you. It's gonna blind you. But I'm just gonna take my finger because I've noticed that they work better like that. Look at that. And I'm just gonna set that down on my eye. And then, like I told you guys before, I kind of use brushes as I want to. So I'm going to go in with the FAQS lip brush, which I don't need a lip brush for this look. So I want to use this as a highlight for my brow bone. And I'm going to go into the lightest shade here. Right there. I mean, that is kind of the lightest shade, isn't it? Maybe we'll mix the two. And I'm going to put that as a brow bone highlight. Oh, and that's perfection. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like how that works. Okay. Oh, oh, that's cool. I'm also going to throw some of that into the inner corner with this lip brush, which is now an everything brush. And then I'm going to go back in with the sweeping FAQS brush, and I'm going to go into the last brown here in the Becca's Ombre Nudes palette, and I'm going to go in very lightly and just darken up the edge. And then bring it up just a tiny bit. Nothing too serious. So you're working with a few eyeshadows, but you're not really doing anything that's too serious or detailed, so it's quite quick. You honestly don't even have to do this step. You could have been done with just what I did before this, but I like to kind of mesh the eyelid color in with another color and then blend them out. Now, just like we used that lip brush for the brow bone and inner corner highlight, I'm going to also go in with their eyebrow brush, which is an angled brow brush. It's a really nice brush. And I'm going to use it for this pot liner. This is from L'Oreal. It's in Blackest Black. It's their L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour pot liner. And this is a really good liner. So I'm just going to dip in there. And what I'm going to do with this, I don't want to go too crazy with this because I never do. I just get the whole tip of the brush completely covered in it, so make sure it's really even. And then I go right to my lash line and I just press it in. Just press it. It gives the eyelashes a little bit more thickness and volume look to them, but it doesn't look like you're like drawing on a cat eye or anything too serious. I'm going to go in with my Essence Gel Liner in Cocoa Bean, and this is just a brown liner, and line my waterline. And then I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. I never, ever do my makeup since I've gotten this without using this mascara. It is so good. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Total Face Palette. As most of you know, I only use the bronzer out of this. I'm going to also use the FAQS Blush Brush. Blush brushes and blush. But I'm going to use this brush for a lot of things, honestly. So I'm going to go into the bronzer and just kind of bronze up my face. When it comes to everyday looks, you guys, I don't do anything crazy. I just give myself a little bit of color that's kind of put everywhere, not just, like, I don't contour. I literally just give myself a little bit of color, and that's why I'm using the e.l.f. palette, because this gives me just literally a tiny bit of color. Just a little bit. And then I'm also going to go in with the Laura Geller's blush. This is the Tropic Hues, my favorite Laura Geller blush ever. And I'm going to use the FAQS blush brush, and I'm going to use it for the blush as well. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, I think that this is my favorite brush out of the bunch. This is good. Now for my highlight and my lippies, I'm going to go in with the Nikkie Tutorials and Ofra collaboration that I got from Octoly. You guys, 3 lippies and the Everglow highlighter, and this will fit any skin tones, and you can use this as eyeshadows. And then you get Coven, which is a brown metallic. Spell, you guys saw me wear this in another video. It's so pretty. And then Nude Potion, which is what we are going to use today. So first I'm going to use this highlighter. I'm going to mix the two on top together and give myself a glow. I just love Ofra's highlighters. They are magical. Oh! And then I'm going to go in with Nude Potion. It's a perfect nude for me. For my skin tone, this is just a beautiful nude. Alright, and lastly, I'm ready to set my face. I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is my second bottle of this. I love this so much. So much. I got this from Octoly to review as well. I love the packaging of it. I love the spray. It's just like, it'll mist over your whole face. It's just perfection. Could just bathe in this. And that is one of my everyday looks. This is something that's just a go-to everyday look for me. I love it. It's nothing too drastic. It doesn't take that much time. It's a little bit more natural than the everyday glam that people do. And it's quick and easy for me. So I like it. I will list everything that I used down below. Don't forget to check out these brushes from FAQS, you guys. They are so soft and they work so good. I love the technology that is in them. They make it so your stuff does not oxidize. You know, there's no bacteria that can grow. I mean, it's just so cool. I love the color of them, and I love this case. I just think that it is amazing. I have a code. I will leave all of that information down below for you guys. If you like this video and want to see more everyday looks, then give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.